Hello, my fellow nerds, and welcome to the Nerd Empire. I hope you all are having a fantastic day today, and I hope you all will enjoy today's reaction video. With that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, next video we got here is, of course, Amir Odom. He's getting a lot closer to 1,000,000 subs. Nice. Of thumbnails to see which one gets more clicks. Oh, okay. Yeah, like a lot of... I wish I would know how to work the algorithm, because a lot of my videos, it's rare to see any of them make it past at least 30 to 50 views. So I kind of wish I knew how to work the algorithm and everything. But the most I get is anywhere between like 20 and 30 views per video, maybe. I would like more because I would like to grow my channel and reach more people, but I don't have an editor, nor do I have somebody that... I don't have a clipper either, so I don't have like shorts for my videos for YouTube Shorts or TikTok. And I can only do so much because I only have so much time. Alright. Amir Odom, and we like Amir. He does great work. He's very articulated. He has very based takes. So, and this one is called Why Biological Women Feel Silenced by Trans Activists. And it's not that they feel silenced, it's more like the trans community is trying to actively silence biological women rather than anything else. So let's see what the video says.
Trans women have a more beautiful understanding what womanhood is.
No, are you? I'm sorry, what? Are you fucking kidding me? I need to hear that again. I need to hear that again.
Trans women have a more beautiful understanding what womanhood is.
Trans women have a more beautiful understanding of what womanhood is. Oh my god. I'm a man, and I will say I'm flabbergasted by that. At this point, I think realistic and rational men have a better understanding of what womanhood is than fucking trans women. This is fucking stupid. Are you fucking kidding me? You know who has the best understanding of what womanhood is like? Women. Yeah, exactly. Ricky Berwick is more profound than that individual. Yeah, it's just... I don't think trans women have an even an inkling of understanding of what the fuck womanhood is. Alright, let's continue.
Me as a cis woman has a completely different experience.
I'm sorry, that whole cis thing needs to fucking die. There's no such thing as cisgendered. Cis woman. Cis. It's just man, woman, gendered. That's it. Fuck you and your cis.
As a trans woman. How embarrassing it is to be such a feminist you turn misogynistic.
It seems like now more than ever, biological women are starting to let their voice be heard whenever they feel dismissed or disrespected by the trans community in regards to womanhood. And the latest example of this is what's happened with Drew Alfalo. She's a major podcast host of biological women. She made the claim that trans women understand womanhood better than biological women. And that's...
That cow needs to shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, these people. Trans women put frozen sticks of tomato paste up their backside to mimic having a period. That is disgusting. Dr. Eggman is more of a feminist than them.
statement alone struck a chord with a lot of women out there, even the ones that saying, hey, I'm an ally to the trans community, but I still find this disrespectful. So that's exactly what this video will be about today. And if you like this type of honest and real commentary, be sure to subscribe. Let's just dive right into this video and see what...
Hell, trans people are trying to get rid of motherhood. Saying someone's a mother is seen as insulting. They're like baby havers or uterus havers or some other stupid retarded shit like that. It's like, bitch, they're a mother. They're a mom. They have earned that title because of what they've done. Never been so happy to get ads.
what's going on.
You know what? My truest thought on this is that I think that trans women have a more beautiful understanding what womanhood is. I agree.
The fact that you even had that as a thought shows how profoundly re-fucking-tarded you are. The amount of shit a lot of these women get from the trans community honestly makes me feel bad for a lot of them.
And before we even continue, that is a biological woman. Some people have gotten that a little confused, but that is verified a woman.
Fortunately, the programming for
You would have fucking fooled me.
cis women it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Say it with me. Women. Fucking women. Not cis women. It's women. You fucking troglodyte. Your ads are in Spanish now.
It is.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, actually, no, your womanhood is not your role. Your womanhood is not your status in society. And your womanhood is not your ability to be sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the clip that has resurfaced on the internet because this podcast is like a year old. It just got resurfaced.
There was a bill that was introduced in New York State Legislature that, if passed, would have banned gender-specific terms on official government documents, saying that it have to use gender-neutral terms instead. For example, a birth certificate would list the mother as birth giver. That's insulting. That is very insulting. I would be upset if people started calling my mom, the woman who raised me and did everything she could for me for over 30 years, to be called a birth giver. I would say, fuck you. She's my mom. She's earned that title. Have a good one, Emerald. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Yeah, even animals know that's fucking bullshit. My mom and my dad have earned their title more over than I could even fucking imagine. And for my mom to be demoted from mom to birth giver is a fucking insult. I am someone who believes that a man shouldn't hit a woman, considering how powerful men are, but these women need a serious punch to the fucking face.
It's because the whole trans debate's been coming up and what is a woman and the WNBA, all of that. This podcast resurfaced and it just completely blew up because not even, I would say honestly, it wasn't even the podcast itself, but it's how these two hosts responded to it going viral again and them just completely shutting down biological women left and right.
Yo, I have something very awful and terrible I have to deal with today. So I'm gonna make this one video for all of the TERFs that are just now finding me.
And for those kind of confused right now, a TERF is a trans exclusionary radical feminist. Basically, anybody that is labeled a TERF is a feminist that prioritizes biological women. That's pretty much it. So trans exclusionary meaning you're separating biological women from trans women when other feminists are saying, no, trans women are women. They're just like a subset of women, so we need to like prioritize them too. When that clearly is not happening and it can't happen and it's constantly being a big debate. So anybody who prioritizes biological women and excludes trans women from that conversation is considered a TERF.
Me if it's crass. Video that you guys are getting fake outraged over with my friend ER Fight Master is over a year old. The fact that you're pretending to give a now means that you guys saw one alt-right MAGA-loving creator make a video espousing TERF rhetoric, and now you want to get clicks and likes too.
So she says, oh, well, you're pretending to be upset. Here's the deal. No one's pretending to be upset. It's not like people saw the clip and ignored it. No, it's just it never got the attention that you thought it deserved, or it just never got the amount of attention that it has now. So it's not a fair assumption to say, oh, people are pretending to care. No, they care now because now it's front and center. And then you come on here and your blanket statement saying
I won't punch a woman, but I won't stop an animal from teaching the lesson for me. All I have to do is I act scared around a dog. Amir baseness aside, I love how he's a black gay dude tearing these SJRs apart. He's the person that these SJRs are supposedly fighting for, and he's calling them out on their bullshit, and it's glorious. Exactly. Throw a squirrel.
anyone who's disagreeing with that clip, with what was being said, you're considering them a TERF and that they're a bad person, when in reality, you were being pretty misogynistic and you were shutting down the conversation from actual women, which is also interesting too, because the two people that brought up this conversation about trans women understanding womanhood better than biological women came from the mouths of two biological women. So yeah, it's like,
these would be known as gender traitors, honestly. they're they're actively going against their own gender, and instead of trying to protect their own gender, they're actively going against them.
Damn, I kind of like, it's like they got a stray. I kind of feel bad for the trans community in that they're just catching strays left and right. It's been a rough week for them.
I feel bad for those in the trans community who just want to be trans and be left alone. They don't do any of this sort of shit. They don't get into the social media space and, you know, whine and complain. They just want to be trans and they want to be left alone and live their life. Those are the only trans people I actually feel bad for, because they're getting a bad reputation because of these vocal trans people who are actively making everything worse for them.
A rough time for the trans community. If they just let the women and children alone, it would be fine. But I digress. It's another video.
Yeah, the ones who are just decent people. Most people who are trans aren't advertising the fact that they're trans. They just want to be normal. Yeah, they just want to live the life that they want to live, that makes them happy and most comfortable, and they just want to be left alone and just be a regular person. And it's just these type of people are actively making their lives worse for them because they don't have a community that they can go to that's just with other regular people like them.
It's like, you have to admit that was a silly thing to say, and of course it's going to rile up a lot of your base, which is who? Biological women. At some point, you do cross the line between rooting for trans women and completely ignoring biological women.
Which means you didn't go and watch the episode, you didn't do any of your own research, and that's embarrassing. So I'll go ahead and catch you up. The conversation being had is about how trans women most oftentimes identify with femininity and womanhood, sometimes even better than cis women do. There's an entire discussion to it. Maybe you should go watch it.
I think in some way, if I had to like play devil's advocate and kind of put myself in her shoes, I think what she's referring to and meaning is how when we see trans women, they are the utmost caricature of what they think a woman is supposed to be and feel like. Similar to drag queens, they go the extra mile to like exemplify every characteristic or stereotype of what a woman is. And as
drags just hypersexualize the parts of women. It's very, very fucking hypersexualized. There's nothing womanly about a drag queen other than the fact that they are exaggerating and hypersexualizing the parts of a woman. It's like she said, the feminists and social justice warriors won their fight years ago. Instead of celebrating, they started picking unnecessary battles to make themselves feel important. And they'll keep doing that until the end of fucking time.
Much as they can do that, that doesn't mean they're better at being a biological woman. Like,
I don't think in any way, shape, or form a trans woman could or would ever be better than a woman. Because you know who knows how to be a woman the best? A fucking woman. Because they were born a woman, they live their entire life as a woman, and they know how to be a woman. Well, some of them know how to be a woman. A lot of them don't. But yeah, there is no way in any realistic universe that a man knows how to be a woman. Because they were born a man. They couldn't win an argument with a chimp that knows sign language.
no one will ever understand what it's like to be a woman other than a biological woman.
Either way, saying it's misogynistic to agree with a trans woman on what it means to be a woman, and then
it kind of is, logically.
And in your defense of that talking point, saying things like they don't know what periods feel like or they don't know what childbirth feels like is really stupid and embarrassing for a
Well, it's true. They don't know what childbirth is like. They don't know what a period is like. They don't know what any of that stuff is like because they're not a fucking woman. You goddamn troglodyte, elf-like, elephant-like. Oh, God, I can't come up with words that would insult her enough. Fucking troglodyte of a troll is what she is.
Multiple reasons. Overarching, though, it's bigoted and transphobic.
She's doubling down. You're bigoted, you're transphobic, you're a TERF, all for having the personal opinion and a factual, I mean, it's not even opinion, it's facts that biological women know what it's like being a woman more than a trans woman. And anybody who disagrees with that, you're saying is a TERF, is just rude, transphobic, bigoted. That's actually crazy.
It's also misogynistic. Reducing womanhood down to your uterus and what it does is quite literally a pillar in
That's an
misogyny.
insult to
That is
Lord of the
quite
Rings
literally
trolls.
a tenet of patriarchy. Reducing women down to being able to have periods and
The fact that there are women who truly believe that the patriarchy still exists is astonishing, because the patriarchy hasn't existed for decades. If the patriarchy still existed, none of the women would be able to do any of the things they're able to do nowadays. They wouldn't be able to have a job. They wouldn't be able to hold any position of power. They wouldn't be able to make money. They wouldn't be able to do any of this dumbass shit that they're doing on the fucking internet. They would just be at home taking care of the house and taking care of their man. And that's just how it would be. But the fact that the women are able to hold positions of power, have a job, be the breadwinner, do shit like this on the internet, shows for a fact that the patriarchy does not exist and has not existed for decades. 90% of what men do is for women. Yeah, exactly. A lot of the things we as men do in the world is for women. And the fact that these dumbass women don't see that shows just how retarded they are. These skewed views about women are not new, unfortunately. It's been building for decades. It's a sad truth, Gabriana.
create babies is a huge misogynistic talking point. Weaponizing it to discredit and invalidate trans women also makes you a transphobe.
But what makes a woman a woman? I'm not saying only giving birth and having a period makes a woman a woman, but it's definitely a core part of who they are. A good 99% of them, at least, that is a part of womanhood, and no one can beautifully understand that more than an actual biological woman like yourself. Again, it comes to a point where how hard are you gonna fight to be Captain Save-A-Ho for every single group out there that feels attacked or feels vilified or feels unheard? Like, at some point, you do become so inclusive that you start to exclude.
Brew is doubling down on it
Doubling
and
down.
calling everyone that criticizes this comment or this episode a turf and being really mean to everyone.
Yeah.
And I just think that it's wild because yeah, there probably are turfs that are saying mean things, but the majority of commentary that I have seen are people with similar thoughts to me saying, experiences can be different and
Right.
that's fine. Like, not everyone has the same experience. I, as a cisgender femme lesbian,
You got even allies saying, hold on now. Like,
Cisgendered femme lesbian. There's no such thing. It is a female lesbian. There's no... The fact that these people are using cis is fucking retarded. Cis was never originally created for the singular. If I remember correctly, it was made by a psychologist who was doing studies on, being trans or whatever. And he made the word cis for the trans people, not for the regular gendered people. And that psychologist was really disturbing. He caused the death of the person, he destroyed the mentality of the person that he was working with, because the parents were raising the kid as a female because of what happened to him during a medical procedure for the male genitalia. And so because of an accident that happened to him during that, they raised him as a female. And they did this through this psychologist that came up with all this. He was a very disturbing man.
Drew's actively blocking people on social media, on TikTok, for being, hey, I'm a biological woman and I find what you're saying a little bit offensive. Block. Oh my gosh. Like, it's really, there's been so much, you guys, going on between trans women and biological women, where now everything's clashing because why? We talk about it on this channel a lot. There's no definitions. There's no meaning of anything anymore. You're saying trans women can be women can be men, and everything can be whatever. Well, now it's to the point where all these allies and these biological women, especially on the left, they're like, okay, listen, I'm with you. I'm a lesbian. I will refer to you as whatever your pronouns, this and that. But you're not going to take away the biological differences that I have, and you're not going to say me and you are equal and you are better than me. There's just no competition.
This is why I miss shows like Married with Children. I've never watched the show, but I've seen all the insults that Al Bundy does and all that stuff, and it is quite hilarious.
There's man, there's woman, there's trans woman, trans man. All four of those are very, very different experiences for everybody out there.
Hell, a lot of the older trans people, they originally fought for the title trans man and trans woman, and they got that. They got the title that they fought for because they were originally just being called transvestites, and they fought for the title of trans man and trans woman, and that just, it wasn't enough for them. Now they're fighting for the fact that they're trying to make it so people will never say that a trans woman is not a woman, which they'll never get because it's just factually and biologically not true.
It's like you can't even compare where you can't compete. Like, they're not even in the same category, the same field. So, no.
Different experience and a different understanding of womanhood probably than my wife, who is a mask presenting cisgender lesbian woman.
Which there's a lot of terms being thrown around. What she's saying is
These people are they're it's like the Pokemon. I can't say it's like the Pokemon because that's an insult to Pokemon. But I don't know a better comparison to give it to. They're trying to catch all the titles that they can. That's the thing. Gravity Hurts, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Nerd Empire. They're trying to collect every single title and every single fantasy title known to man because it's like they're trying to compete with each other of who has the most titles, who has the best titles. I have this, I have that, I'm this, that, and the other thing. And it's just, can't you just be a lesbian woman? Can't you just be a lesbian? Why do you have to add on all these other fucking titles that make no goddamn sense? I like to see them trying to argue with an Alakazam. If you give an inch, they'll take a mile. And they've already taken more than a fucking mile. These people in charge of the WNBA, the Women's National Basketball Association, couldn't come up to a consensus on what a woman is. Let that sink in. A woman's athletic association can't agree what a woman is. On today's episode of Who Can Out SGR the Other.
very different experience between a trans man and a stud lesbian. Basically what she's saying, and a stud lesbian is the manly butches, like the manly lesbians. Even those...
The manly lesbians are just known as butch or dykes. That's what they are. Those are the masculine lesbians. They're just butches or dykes.
A trans man, a female to male, and a kind of masculine male presenting lesbian, even though the experiences, even though they kind of have some shared stuff they probably go through, they are different and on their own. It's okay to have different experiences. Not everything has to be the same. Not everything has to compete.
Those can be different, just as two trans women could have different experiences with womanhood. And trans women and cis women can have different relations to womanhood or different experiences.
Yeah, but a biological woman will be the only one who understands what it is to be a woman and what womanhood is. Because they're, and say it with me, a fucking woman.
This is of womanhood. So I don't understand why saying that this person should have said different versus better or more beautiful is transphobic, or that would make them a TERF.
This reminds me too of why there's so many people leaving the left and so many people becoming politically homeless because of stuff like this. Very pivotal moments in society and culture where you have someone that's very, active, and they call themselves a liberal or on the left, and they're vocal about different things, and you attack your own. You have allies now. Like, look at this face. You have allies now sitting here like, oh my gosh. How far have we gotten? What is happening right now to this movement, to us collective?
These people won't ever see just how far they've gone until it is entirely too late. It won't get to the point of them realizing how far that they've gone too far or that they've done too much until it gets to the point where it actively, realistically, and in reality actually physically harms them. even then they probably still won't see that they've gone too far, and they'll just keep trying to push it.
Why can't we honestly just be real? Why can't we just keep it a buck? You go so hard, you're so woke to be so perfect and like try to protect every group and be so inclusive. But again, you are bound to exclude somebody. And right now, biological women are the ones that feel very excluded from the conversation a lot of the time. And I put this meme up on the screen. It just shows clear as day how the left has gotten so far left that they left the people in the middle, and the middle seems more like middle center right, when in reality their views really haven't changed. I'm sure her views haven't changed at all. It's just like, whoa, why am I catching strays?
He just explained what you just said, Captain.
What the hell did I do?
Let me hear what the cis women have to say about this. And oh my gosh, it was just a bunch of transphobia. That was all. That was the only response. Which I'm like, that leads me to believe that this person
Wow, it's one of these types of guys.
has a point, you know? And when I say they might have a point, I don't mean objectively correct in a vacuum. I just mean like a point. I mean, there is a lot of talking points of like, they don't have a uterus. Oh. And, you know, obviously that's just kind of weird. Boiling women down to the body parts, that's what patriarchy does. I'm seeing other people be like, but they're males, which again,
These are the type of guys that are really the worst to deal with. These are the worst type of men to deal with.
it's still like boiling people down to like their body when you really think about it, as well as classic bioessentialism. People love that on this app.
Bioessentialism. This is what I was talking about in my other video, where there are some things you don't need big ass words for, you don't need studies for, you don't need quizzes, polls, you don't need none of that shit, okay?
I bet he
Let's just
simps
get
for
real.
Dylan Mulvaney. Probably.
Real. Basic biology, male, female. You got trans women, trans men. Why can't we just like have that? Everything else be your personality, be your name, and then go about your day. Why does everything have to be a problem? Everything has to be an issue. Everything has to be hateful. Everything has to be transphobic, xenophobic, racist, homophobic. We too damn privileged. We this privileged. We got so much, we're just bored. There's so much people just complaining about shit just to complain about shit. You got
Yeah, that's exactly. People are so bored nowadays, and they have no problems whatsoever, that they are now coming up and inventing problems just to have a problem with, because they have nothing to complain about, no drama to dramatize about, that they come up with this stuff just so they can have drama and some excitement in their life. They are so entirely bored with their own life that they need to come up with a problem. Because a lot of the problems these people are coming up with never existed until they came up with it. A lot of these problems are such non-issues. I'm so glad I got to enjoy my tomboy childhood before all this crap. Yeah. I mean, back in the day, we used to just have women and tomboys. And we just had men and just very feminine men who we all knew were just gay. And people like this is why sometimes relate with animals more. Yeah, it's just... And Gabriana, we here in the Nerd Empire, we love tomboys. We love all types of women. We love muscle mommies, tomboys, feminine women, goth women. We love all those women. And Kuda here loves his muscle mommies.
all these things accessible to you, and you choose to spend your day complaining online, calling women turfs and misogynistic just for...
Instead of inventing problems, these people need to go outside and fucking touch grass. But at this point, I think these people are so toxic that even the grass would start complaining about shit if they touched grass.
saying that they are different than trans women. Riddle me this. If you're trying to say it's saying that they're different is misogynistic.
There's a streamer I followed a while back whose stream title is always "You like tomboys? Sounds like you want a boyfriend with tits." Exactly.
And trans women, whatever it may be. Why the hell are they different? Like, there's really different names, women and trans women. Trans women start off as what? Biological men. And they're trying to emulate a woman. There's still two different things.
The grass would
and
just
pointing
die.
that out and standing 10 toes down in that, saying, no, biological women have uteruses. Biological women go through periods. Biological women give birth. Biological women have many different hormonal things and biological things. There's so many different things about like a woman. Saying that, now I'm a turf. Now I'm transphobic. Now I'm a bigot. This is how you make enemies. This is how you kick people out the love. This is how you just piss people off. Again, it could have been said a different way, but it wasn't. And now, again, it's not even the podcast clip itself. It's how they stand 10 toes down in their opinions and saying, no, y'all are TERFs, y'all are transphobic, you're bigoted, blah, 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 all for biological women.
Let's look at it like this. We have two houses. One house, the person who is logical, realistic, has common sense and a conscience and lives in reality. His grass is the greenest and finest grass you'll find at any lawn. His neighbor is one of these fucktards who lives in a fantasy world and, you know, thinks that trans women are women and all this other stuff. Their grass is brown because they don't take care of it. They just decide to complain about it. They look over at the neighbors who has the greenest grass they've ever seen. And they try and take that over. And the moment they do, their grass starts to die as well. Because they don't take care of it, they'd rather complain at it. Yeah, they say their grass is trans green. They're the type of people who don't take care of anything. They just complain at it and expect it to be better. Whereas the people who live in reality and understand logic and common sense actually take care of the stuff. And it actually looks good and actually functions well.
Even the allies stepping up saying, hey, that was a miss. I don't really like that one. Come on now.
My thoughts on Drew Follow's thing with like trans.
Shout out Gwen. That's my girl. Hold on.
Saad, you're acting to me?
Yeah, so I'm recording this.
I love it. I love it.
I'm actively recording right now. Like, this is into the mic. I just want to say love you, appreciate you. And I meant to call you earlier. I'm actually pissed off at you because because you don't have a YouTube channel.
I do have YouTube channels of shorts though. I'm working on it.
No, I want I want a channel, bitch. I want long form videos. You just talking. All your talking videos pop off.
Okay, you're right. You're right, King.
Like you eat. You eat. But all right, I'm gonna continue filming. Just love you. Bye.
Okay, so then after hearing that, we know that this lady should be based.
I'm a trans woman, and I am so proud to be trans. And being a woman is something I'm so grateful to be able to transition to and to be myself. But to say that I know or appreciate or understand womanhood better than a biologically born female is not correct. I mean, you can
Come on now.
I don't know, like I can get up and I can do Beyonce dance videos for you guys, but I don't know what it's like to be Beyonce. I know my experience as a trans woman. I don't know an experience as a biological woman. I don't know what it's like to be Beyonce, although I am as iconic.
Stupid.
Seriously, I think it's a little bit crazy, and I think it's disrespectful to women who, oh, you're reducing womanhood to a uterus and birth and menstrual cycles. No, but for 99.9% of the female population, that's something that women expect.
I just love me a real trans woman, just badass.
Yeah, see, it's these type of trans people that I can actually respect because they understand. They understand that they know that. Let me arrange my words correctly. They understand the fact that they know that they're not a woman, and they will never understand what it's like to actually be a woman, but they understand that they know what it's like to be a trans woman. They're not trying to convince people that they're a woman. They're not trying to convince people that they know what it's like to be a woman more than another woman. This person just, they get it, they understand, and they're not fucking crazy. As the saying goes, I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. Yeah. That is what the majority of them are like. It's the loud minority that causes issues. Yeah, it's the very vocal minority that makes it look like that it is the majority of them when it's actually not. But these are the type of trans people that I can actually respect because they understand and they know that they will never understand what it's like to be an actual woman. They just know what it's like to be a trans woman. A lot of people can have an idea of what it could possibly be like to be a woman, but they will never fully understand what it is like to actually be a woman and what it's like to go through being a woman.
Keep it a buck grown. consenting to doing whatever they want to do with their bodies and keeping it real. I can value and appreciate this take so much because it's funny. There's so many people that fight to like speak for this person. There's so many people that say, oh, this person's a TERF, this person's hateful, misogynistic, transphobic. The woman's trans, okay? Knows fully.
And that loud minority is what gave us Yuki. You win some, you lose some. Well, we won pretty big when we got Yuki Wado.
Well, that they're a biological male. Not lying about that at all, not neglecting that at all, but is also saying, I am a trans woman, I'm a biological male, presenting as a woman, I'm a trans woman, this is my life, I live my life emulating a woman. Like that's that. You can do that, you grown, whatever. But I love when they're real and upfront about things that are going on in society. And just being honest, saying, hey, I am a trans woman. I'm not a woman. I'm a trans woman. Different from a biological woman. And they got things that they go through. They got things in their womanhood that I'm never going to be able to understand. And that's okay. Bold.
Experience, and that's something that is.
And as for the fake feminist, Dr. Eggman will always be more of a feminist.
You can't take away from womanhood.
Yeah.
Most women get a period. A lot of women are going to experience childbirth or child loss, etc. I don't know that, and I'll never know that. It doesn't mean I'm less than as a person. It just means I don't know that experience, and to say that I know it better or love it more, have more of a grip to it than a biological woman isn't correct, and it's not transphobic to say that, like, you know, trans women don't have the same experience as biological women. I think
it's that simple.
Crazy and kind of insulting to cis women, and I think a lot of people on TikTok, it's like woke to be like, oh, you're transphobic to think that trans women don't have the exact same experience. No, it's just reality.
It's reality. They're literally, it's in the name. They're literally different. I can't like explain that enough, but like now we're getting to the point where we're literally ignoring the name of stuff. Like trans woman is different from woman. They're literally different. And to say that they're different, now I'm being called transphobic. The NBA and the WNBA are different. That W from the WNBA stands for what? A woman. And now the WNBA is starting to allow, or they're talking about discussions of allowing biological men to competing in the WNBA, rendering the W useless. It's in the name. But because you can't define what a woman is, now you're just allowing anybody to be up in that. What is happening with society, you guys?
This is what I'm talking about, and I don't know why.
It says, she lost me when she started calling women TERFs and transphobic for acknowledging that all women experience womanhood differently. Right.
No one is grasping that and just defending her to the core. This is it. Like, me as a cis woman has a completely different experience as a trans woman. As we should. We lived two different lives, two different experiences.
Two different lives.
They can come together at some point, but my identity with femininity is going to be different, and that's okay because we are different people. People are nuanced, and I just can't wrap my head around how we're combining and comparing the two, and that's okay. Like, I am an ally, I believe in trans women, but they have a different experience than me, and that's the bottom line. And also her liking and commenting stuff on that, saying cis women are all male-centered and we all play a part in the patriarchy and trans women actually don't. Like, that is stereotype. Like, she went so far left, she's right. And that's just what...
Boom. That is an ally right there. They're running through saying she's gone so far left, it's insane. Like, that is, like, there is so many biological women whose hard line is saying, hey, I will accept you as you are. I will call you the pronouns. I will do whatever. But what you're not going to do is take away my womanhood and say that you can do it better than me or we're the same and we are competing. No, they're two different experiences, and that's okay. That's it. But you're pushing the buttons of the very people who are supporting you in the first place. Like, these aren't right-wing people. These are just common sense people. We bring back common sense. Common sense people saying, yo.
Common sense decided to pack up its bags and ship to another planet because a lot of people nowadays seem to be losing common sense. It just doesn't exist anymore. It's left the building. People have decided to retire because nobody seems to be fucking using it.
We're different. It's okay to say that we're different. It's okay to say we don't compete. It's okay to say you don't know it better than me. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, this clip that she was reacting to, it said, she lost me when she, being Drew, lost me when she started calling women TERFs and transphobic for acknowledging.
You want to know what's funny? A lot of trans women are trying to get into women's spaces and do the same shit as women. But you don't see any trans men doing any of this shit. Which is, I find kind of funny. You don't see any trans men trying to get into men's spaces and do the things that men can do. Because I think the reason is because these trans men understand that they do not have the physical capabilities that biological men have. And so they don't try to compete with actual men.
Acknowledging that all women experience womanhood differently. Any woman acknowledging that's getting blocked. Again, it's way past the podcast at this
Send them
point.
to
It's
the
how
mines,
she's
exactly.
reacting and just being so rude to biological women out there.
It's totally okay for you to have a critique about my whiteness. I get it. Whiteness often sucks. But if you have a bunch of thoughts and opinions on Drew because you don't like her tone or her behavior or her existence, I do wonder if it is just racism.
Huh?
This is the other person on that damn podcast. And now she's doubling down to saying if
Oh, it's this dumbass.
you have some criticisms or critique about Drew, probably maybe it's rooted in your racism against her. You can't
Drew is an abomination of a fucking woman. If you can call her a woman at all.
win with these people. You're never enough for these people. It's like nothing's ever enough. Be sure to subscribe because I'm gonna work on another video talking about how this idea that we've become so inclusive that we start to exclude people, and we're rooting and tooting for diversity.
Dynamite.
But the second you got somebody with a differing opinion, you try to kick them out. You label them names. You call them TERFs. You call them
Captain, I don't think you want them anywhere near nuts. These type of women or trans women are toxic.
racist. You call them transphobic, the whole nine, for having a simple ass basic opinion about the topics at hand. Homegirls blocking people left and right, calling people transphobic, calling people TERFs, getting mad, popping off in the comments, and people are rightfully so talking about that and being upset.
I think at the beginning of the video, this woman was in that podcast with that other woman. Apparently, these people were having a problem with that other woman's skin color. I don't know. It's something stupid like that, I guess.
And you got the ball. You don't have balls. You wish you had balls. You up here talking about, well, you're just racist if you disagree with her. Cause she a little brown Mexican. Come on now. We can't just scapegoat and just say, oh, everybody's now. It's probably your racism if you're gonna be critical of this person. And then you talk about your own whiteness. Whiteness? Why what? Nothing bugs me more than a white-ass liberal who on a high horse thinking they better than every other race. So that's basically what you're doing. That's the logic right there. A lot of these racist ass...
If I'm going to criticize somebody, I don't give a shit what fucking color you are. You could be blue, pink, violet, whatever. If I'm going to criticize you, I'm going to criticize your dumbass decisions and the content of your fucking character. I don't give a shit what color you are. If you're a shit person, I'm going to call you a shit person.
White woke liberals are like, oh, pish posh, I'm a white American, and I just feel bad for all the minorities and everyone out there because they're just like so below me, you know? I have to use my voice. I have to use my white power, my white supremacy, and lift the other colors up because I'm better than them. Get out of my face. No. We're not doing this. We're not. We're allowed to have opinions. We're allowed to be vocal about these things. We're allowed to let our voice be heard. And it's gotten so far to the point.
No, you just
your own ally,
I mean, I can't deny that fully, Keith, because I can be an asshole. But there's nothing wrong with that. I'm fine with being an asshole because some people you need to be an asshole too. Otherwise, they're just not going to get it. But you know, calling a person a color a shit person is racist because shit is brown.
your own follower base, all on the...
Oh, well, Keith, I too am an asshole sometimes, but I'm only an asshole to those who have earned me being an asshole to them.
left, they have issues now. And where are you actively pushing them over to? Politically homeless. Where are you actively pushing them over to? More common sense individuals. You're gonna, like, at what point will you wake up and look around to like the real world and like just be real. People miss that. People crave realness.
I remember back in the 90s and the early 2000s when I was growing up, people weren't so easily fucking offended and everybody was actually fucking real. Past 15 to 20 years, people have decided to be the thing that they're actively fighting against or just be something they're not.
People crave authenticity. People crave just like a real ass conversation. Somebody who can just sit down and chat with somebody, work through different ideas. None of this high horse shit. None of this like, oh, I'm a debate, pitch pot. No, just keep it a buck. And so I'm so thankful for this platform and y'all subscribing and loving and liking and sharing and commenting. It means the world to me because we are living in a world that's like seems to be like so manufactured, so woke, so performative, so fraudulent, so fake. Like if you look at the comments on them videos on the podcast,
I'm honestly glad I was born when I was born, because if I was born in this fucking generation, I swear I wouldn't be the type of good person that I am. I would be an absolute shit of a person. I would be a horrible person if I was born in this generation. I think we've reached a point in time where our default should be asshole instead of nice, yet be kind. Still, then be nice based on how others act. It's the golden rule. Treat others how you wish to be treated. If somebody's treating you like a piece of shit, and you know for a fact you didn't do anything to deserve that, then you have every right to treat them like a piece of shit.
clips, everyone's like, I'm surprised she didn't say anything. Why isn't she speaking up? Why is she just agreeing with everything? Just say what's on your mind. But when there's podcasts like that where people are so, yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, they're just like saying yeah. And there's no consistency, there's no pushing back. It's like, okay, what are you actively saying? Do we really know you? Do we really know your opinions? Because y'all know mine. This face can't hide shit. Face can't hide nothing. Jamal comes out when he wants to. Which if y'all know who Jamal is, Jamal's my alter ego. It's actually my middle name. Jamal's my black man side, very angry, very like wild, uncouth. And Amir is very sweet, kind. But if you ever watch the Boondocks, it has like moments. That's Jamal. Jamal's moment. Y'all be having those. I'll be twerking in some, going off in some. I've been crying in some. Y'all are just getting Amir. That's all you'll ever get. I ain't got shit to hide. I would what? No, I was gonna get my raw opinion, but damn, like, and I'll admit if I'm wrong about something, I'll confront it, but like to double down on this and actively say with a full face, if you have a problem with this, you're racist. No. Imagine me if I was saying things like that. Anybody who disagrees with Amir Odom, you're just racist. You're just racist and homophobic and ableist. Because I'm ADHD. ADHD, black and gay. And you're ableist, you're homophobic, and you're racist if you ever disagree with Amir Odom. That's how these people sound. Stupid.
Personal opinion, you can agree to disagree, and that's perfectly okay. You don't have to agree with me, but I think we're getting to a really dangerous point in activism, particularly leftist activism, where simple disagreement is seen as being a hater of a certain group.
Exactly what we've been talking about in this video. Exactly this. It's getting to a point now where if anybody speaks, you're being a hater. You're some type of phobic. You're like the worst person in the world for simply holding an opinion.
I think we're getting to a really dangerous point where if you have a simple disagreement, but you don't necessarily, even if you don't disagree with who that person is, their way of life, who they are, them being a human being, even if you don't disagree with that, you just disagree on like a certain aspect of whatever it is, people automatically are like, you're a phobic. You're this, you're that.
There's some type of phobic for everything. It's just, yeah, I agree with this person. You can't disagree with anybody. The moment you disagree with somebody, you're some type of phobic. You're some type of ism, some type of ist. No matter what, you can't have a singular disagreement. You have to agree with everything the person says. Or you're seen as a hater. You're seen as somebody that they need to combat. Hell, even some friendships end at a singular disagreement. You have to understand, you could be friends with somebody and disagree on a lot of things. That's fine. It's the same thing with relationships. You can be in a relationship with somebody and still disagree on stuff. It doesn't matter. As long as you get along with the person, you have a good time, you love them, all this stuff, you can still be friends or be in a relationship with the person. There are plenty of people who are married who have disagreements on a lot of things, and yet they still love each other and they're still with one another.
Is what I've been saying on this damn channel. Like, why are people labeled transphobic for simply not wanting trans kids? I don't give a damn about no trans adult. They're grown. Do you, this free ass country. Do you. If you ain't affecting nobody. You are minding your business alone, whatever. If it's helping you out your mental health, you're a consenting adult, you're paying for your own shit. It's not like tax money is going to these surgeries. No, like, it's all on you. Go for it. But the very simple statement is, I don't really appreciate like trans kids. Now I'm transphobic. You say, oh, I don't really appreciate the books in schools. I have them. Do I have them easily accessible? I may. Okay, I did find them. I bought the books, you know, back in the day, not back in the day, but where people be talking about, oh my gosh, you're banning the LGBTQ books.
A banned book debate brewing in Douglas County where there is a push to remove 4 books off library shelves.
And all of them center around LGBTQ.
I bought the books to see for myself how bad they are. The video's demonetized. That's how bad this shit is. Y'all talking.
These type of books should not even exist. The fact that these people made these books and the fact that they even exist shows how horrible it is. This shit should not be around children. And yet for some reason we as a society let it exist. We are letting this exist around children. We are severely failing as a society when that is being allowed. We are living in a society where if there was a zombie outbreak, there'd be SJRs fighting for the rights of the zombies. As horrible of a statement that is, it is sadly true.
It's okay for.
Hell, this is what makes it really worse. We live in a society where all the people who were involved with the Epstein Island are still in fucking power. They are still in power. And their names were redacted off that fucking list, even though we were told that the only peoples whose names were going to be redacted were the victims who decided that they didn't want their name out and about. And yet all the people who were involved, damn near every single one of them were fucking redacted. Everyone who is in a position of power that was involved in that island is still in that same position of power. The fact that we haven't done anything says how far we've fallen as a society, and how far we've fallen. It just shows how little our society cares about fucking kids. Kids are the one thing that we should be protecting at all costs, and yet these people don't seem to fucking care. That's how far we've fallen.
Children, not for YouTube apparently. I can't even show y'all what's in these books because I don't want this video demonetized because I need to pay my bills. But you talking about, like, again, I'm gay. I want rights. I want respect. I want there to be liberty and justice for all. I want to live in a cohesive society with everybody else, but we can't do that if we're not real and upfront about the things that are happening in the society. We can't just blanket statements say anybody who is for banning certain books in schools is wrong and transphobic and homophobic. No, I'm a gay ass man, gay through and through. Bought the books for myself. They're deranged. We got time today. We here chilling. We gonna flip through each one of these books and land on a page and see what happens. I'm gonna stop. What's happening here? Phone sex. I can't make it up. Can you even see it? You can't. It's talking about phone sex. This one, Nick and Charlie, this one's different from like an encyclopedia style page. This one's a story, and on this page, 147, that was real, 147, hood.
He said it in a hood way. Don't put stuff that's crossing the line for someone unfiltered like me. It's another thing going on for decades, the lack of real protection for kids. Yeah. We're going to go through the books. We'll expect this to be demonetized as well. Exactly.
And then he's pulling my t-shirt off and laughing, and I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a condom. We're kissing, rolling over. Obviously, you can see where this is going. A sixth grader was reading this book.
He's pulling off my t-shirt, laughing when I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a...
This one.
I'm sorry, that made me uncomfortable. Listening to that kid read that actually physically made me uncomfortable. They saw and they listened to that kid read from that book. And they saw nothing wrong. I saw that guy in the hat behind him and shake his head. I saw that woman look at the kid read the book and look like she was physically uncomfortable. We saw and heard that kid read from that book. And a lot of adults didn't see a singular fucking problem with it. It makes me so upset that these adults are not protecting these kids from these fucking shit. I'm actually getting upset. I am legitimately getting upset. This is very upsetting. We as adults, we have a job to protect children from any dangers, be it from their own parents or from outside their own house. And yet we as adults who have intelligence, who have common sense, who have logical thinking, or the ability to at least, we see these books, we see these things that happen to these kids, around these kids, in the schools, on the streets, and the fact that a lot of these adults aren't doing a singular damn thing to protect them and stop this is upsetting. These are kids who can't decide much for themselves, let alone protect themselves. We as adults have the ability to do this, and yet we don't. This is really upsetting. The fact that we haven't banned these books from all schools and made it illegal for people to make books like this is very telling. It is very fucking telling. Sometimes I feel like I want to yell my point, but I can't because I live in an apartment and I have neighbors. I can't yell. I have to express my anger through a controlled vocal sound volume. I want to strangle these people. I really want to strangle these people. I want to strangle them, shake them, and say, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you not protecting these kids?" It's
genderqueer. What's happening here? Oh, they playing. Oh, that's my game. They're playing Catan. There's a page on panties. There's a page on this book where a lesbian. There we go. I can't show it. I kid you not. It's two lesbians trying to simulate with the strap on. What does a kid need to know about this for?
If there were any books that we needed to take off the shelves and burn in public, it's these types of books that are within children's areas.
This one crazy. Now this one I had a little kind of no nuance for, as far as if it was age appropriate, it made sense. But it's ages 10 and up. There's some pages where it makes sense and it's okay for like children to learn. But if you go through the whole book, this one, from far away. I hope this is enough blurting out of focus. It's a boy and a girl and they going to town for themselves, okay? They are having some nice little alone time.
I'm sorry, Amir, but this video is probably going to be demonetized.
Catch my drift. It's 10 and up, you guys. See, no. They got diagrams, positions. Come on. Again. You're gone so far to where anybody who calls out what we just gone through, and now they're homophobic, and you've lost.
Yeah, the type of children's books that need to be around children are something like Dr. Seuss, or my favorite book as a kid that my mom read to me was a book called The Giving Tree. Let me bring it up. The Giving Tree. because it was such a good book. It was this, The Giving Tree. I loved this book as a kid. I loved it. But like this, or like here's a page from it. I am too busy to climb trees, said the boy. I want a house to keep me warm, he said. I want a wife and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house? And the tree said, okay, hold up. This is already getting out of hand. I don't know if that was actually from it, but it's like, it tells the emotional story of an apple tree that unconditionally loves a human boy, giving away her apples, branches, and trunk as he grows older until she is only a stump and he is an old man. This was made back in 1964. If you haven't read The Giving Tree, I highly recommend The Giving Tree. It tells a very good story, and it has a very good message in it as well. But yeah, it's just, those are the kind of books that are children's books. Not this fucking perverted child predator shit. I'm sorry, but the people who made these type of books that Amir just showed need to be put on a fucking list.
Lost the plot. You've lost the actual plot. It's okay for us to be vocal about all the things we see going on and just keep it up front and just be real. And if more of us are just real about the things that are actively happening, we would be better, both on the left and the right. But we're talking about this right now. On the left, if we just kept it a buck, it'd be fine.
I think that trans women and cis women have completely different experiences, and that's okay, and both are beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with that. And she's blocking people for saying that.
Crazy.
She's blocking people for a simple disagreement. And I think we're getting to a really dangerous place where we only want to hear what we want to hear. We don't want to hear other sides. We automatically try and put ourselves on the moral high ground, but we don't want to listen to anybody else. And yeah, like, what does that sound like to you, though? Like, I'm gonna think about that. What does that sound like?
We've been sounding the alarm bells. Hell, for me, since 2018, since I lost the majority of my friends on the left because they didn't want to have a damn conversation. My white liberal friends, I mean, you're just way too racist and homophobic. I just cannot with you. You don't want to have a conversation at the bare minimum? We saw this from a mile away, years away. Shit, it's crazy out here.
What does it sound like when you just want to hear what you want to hear? You listen to the news that you want to hear, right? You're only listening to a certain kind of news. You're only listening to certain kind of people. You don't want to hear anything else. And the second that you don't hear something that is exactly in line with what you want, that you just immediately write it off. What does that sound like to you? I think we're approaching a really dangerous point.
What does that sound like to you? Do you not want to be exposed to different ideas, different experiences, different things, different viewpoints? Like, you scream diversity, but you cannot fathom the diversity of thought. You want the diversity representation every...
They make rabbits look like responsible parents and they eat their own when scared. Damn. I did not know that, Keith. That's brutal. You can't grow as a person in an echo chamber. No, it's because the only thing you're hearing is your own opinions thrown back at you, thinking you're right, and there's no other contradictory points about it. You can't. Yeah, I agree. You can't grow in an echo chamber.
Group, every ethnicity, every culture, everything. Nothing means anything. But if they all think alike, that's fine. You got somebody that think differently? Oh, you're a self-hating gay. Oh, you're a self-hating black person. Oh, you're just misogynistic. Oh, you're just transphobic. Why can't we just have a damn conversation? What happened to that?
Drew Offwallow, just because you call people transphobes.
What did Drew say? I think your femininity being threatened in any way by this conversation.
I saw an ad for a t-shirt that says, I identify as late. My pronouns are almost there. That's pretty funny. I like that.
Conversation is a you problem. As in, you have internalized transphobia you haven't unpacked. It's always...
I hate that whole thing. Internalized transphobia, internalized misogyny, internalized sex, internalize this, internalize that. How about you internalize my foot up your ass? Huh? How about that?
Have internalized homophobia, internalized racism, internalized this, internalized that, instead of actually having a damn conversation and hearing somebody out. And maybe they're not dealing with anything like that. Maybe you're the problem, but you don't think so. You're on your high horse. I'm not the problem. You have the issues you need to work out. You need to see a therapist.
All I have to say
Been
is
slowly
how
turning lives
embarrassing it
into
is
Red
to be
Foreman.
such a feminist, you turn misogynistic. Like, how embarrassing. And also to be such a big influencer and
I'm sorry, but you got a nose ring, so why should I listen to your opinion?
take zero criticism.
This is why definitions matter. How embarrassing is it you become such a feminist, you turn misogynistic? Well, when you're saying trans women are women all the damn time, you end up in situations like this where they don't think it's wrong to say, yeah, I think trans women have a better idea of what womanhood and they experience it better than actual women.
It sounds like a great t-shirt.
When you're saying anyone that acknowledges biological women and how different they are from trans women, you're calling them a TERF. What do you expect? That's what all this boils down to. Is like, again, subscribe because I'm gonna have a video coming out about this topic. It's how
I only have 2
we
words
become
for
so
you.
inclusive. We start to
Suck
exclude.
it.
You want to include trans women in so much, where you start to exclude the women in the first place. This is why so many women are stepping up now. So many biological women are being vocal. So many biological women, even the allies, are stepping up and speaking out saying, yo, I feel a little disrespected right now. This is not okay. And let me know in the comments below right now if that's you too. What has your experience been like? What are your thoughts on this video? What are your thoughts on everything going on right now as a biological woman? Because I do feel bad for you. I'm sure like there's a lot of men out there that'll stick up for you, gay men that'll stick up for you, but it is wild like coming across some people that agree with that Drew person, that agree with the RA3000 robot non-binary lesbian girl, whatever the hell she is. You're just gonna ignore biological women. You're gonna say everybody's a TERF, everybody's racist, everybody transphobic, homophobic. People are tired of that world and we need to move past it. So yeah, like I said before, let me know in the comments below what you think about this topic. And then outside of this topic, talking directly to you, whatever you're doing right now, washing dishes, you're eating a meal, you're gonna walk with the dog, you just chilling, listening to me, you're with somebody else. I don't care. I don't know the hell I don't know what's going on in your life right now, but I know something's going on. But I know something is. I know something's going on in your life that you're not happy about. At something big, something small, I don't know. But whatever it is, I hope that you know it's called going through it for a reason. You're not stuck there. You will survive. There's a season of your life that will pass. Family drama, work drama, financial drama, health drama, whatever it may be. You have to understand that you will be okay and you will make it through this. Nothing. You don't go through nothing you're not prepared for.
I'm phobiophobic.
Right now, but you come up with a plan and get your hell out of that rut. Act on it and go. Do what you got to do. So that being said, again, thank you so much for the love and support. Thank you at most. If you're still here, thank you for your time. I cannot thank you enough for it. It is the most, like, you look around at any business, any company,
yeah, we're all allergic to retards.
Like, all throughout life, the one thing you can't get back is your time. So I'm thankful for you spending your time with me, watching my videos, supporting this content. Like, I don't take it for granted. You're busy. You got shit going on. You got things you're doing, other things you could be watching, and you're here with me. So again, I don't take that lightly. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Deuces.
That was a heck of a video. I got pretty upset towards the end, but we got through it. I feel bad for a lot of the trans people who are just trying to live their life because they've been getting such a bad reputation because of the vocal minority. And I feel bad for a lot of women because they seem to be getting slowly pushed out and deleted. Well, that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give a like and subscribe. I post videos 3 to 5 days a week here. I also post videos over on my other channel for gaming as well, so please make sure to give that a look-see, see if you enjoy that as well. I also stream anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week as well. Links to all my social medias will be on my YouTube page. And with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.